A few days ago, it was the anniversary of the first video I ever posted on YouTube, so I thought I'd do something nice. Now, one of my most popular videos was Old Celtic Heroes, so I thought I could use the rest of the pictures that I had laying around to make a second one. So let's get started with that. Now, this is 2012, and it's what an endgame mage would look like. Frozen armor. Crazy to think about, right? Frozen armor sucks and there's no set bonus, but that's what people wore. I mean, you could have used diamond, but it was expensive. So mages and druids really came a long way from 2012. A lot better than they were back then. Gaston's Pie, it was this quest you did back then, and you can even do it now still. It'll give you a random pie, and it can give you up to 1600 maximum health. OP stuff. I wish real food was like that, but it does stack with food, so play around with it if you want. Skeleton King Charm looked a little bit different back then than it does now. Ruby Amulet, almost never see them now. Not because they don't exist, because they suck now, but back in the day they were good. The knife amulets were better, 15 physical damage, but this is pretty good too. Growth Charm, Growth Potion. I think I only had a normal Growth Potion, but it's still a nice combo, still gigantic. My bank, and you can see here the old bandage wounds icon for bandages. Superior Spell Sword, rare weapon, still drops. The only mage sword, but it sucks. The old hair glitch. No class weapons. Back in the day, certain weapons and plate armor, linen armor could sometimes be no classed, and you could use it on anything. Not the same way today, but if you still have the old stuff, you could still use it. Balloon, beggars, there was a lot of them back then. Best mage Ammy at the time. Aggie tried it on a mage. Probably would miss 24/7, but you can make it work if you use attack. Auto mages, big thing back then. Hell rods used to glow. My godly bracelet I had. Some random dude. Another godly bracelet I had. I actually had two at the same time. Crazy stuff. I wound up selling them for a lot more than I paid. Probably should have kept them. Fairy weapons. They're really powerful back then. Some growth potion, shrink potion, rooting scroll. They're really common back then because you get them from the Stonevale quest line. Not anymore, sadly. But back then, you would always just talk to people and try and buy them. Shiver Cow Charms I used to be transparent. It looked kind of bad, but it looked kind of cool too. Sigyn Deba the Sun. Very good offhand drop. Still drops today, but look at that. It's great stats for something you just find off of somebody. Me having 500 balloons. See, back then I used to buy them from like 1 to 5 gold each. And just stockpile them, because I knew they'd be worth something in the future. And I was right. See, I got quartz helmet. They got diamonds. It was so common back then. That's another reason I wish it was 2012, 2013 again. I love all this stuff. Look at this picture. It looks like I'm just torching the guy, like I'm shooting flames out of my hands. And I mean, I am literally. But I mean, it's like a flamethrower effect. Makes for a good picture. They used to have the inactive thing back then too. But in 2011, they didn't have this. So people would just set up their endgame ults and Dust Wither and AFK farm all night, come back and have a bunch of money. Rustblade still drops, neat weapon, but ragged clothes used to look different back then. Another picture of Yule Father I have laying around. Scammers. Broom of Doom. Funny story with this one. This is 2012. and I didn't have enough money to buy it off this guy. He wanted only 500 grand. I was like, oh damn, man, can't get it, can't get it. So I was just camping the boss in 2013. I was camping Snorri, and he happened to be there. And I was like, is there any chance, like a year and a half later, that you have this Broom of Doom? And he's like, Fury, let me check my bank. I'll see. He was like, yeah, I have it. And I was like, what? Why? And I just didn't ask him beyond that. And I was like, alright, I'll buy it. I paid 1.75, I got it. Good price still. The Otherworld skies, very crazy looking back then. Otherworld seemed a lot more colorful. Old Kelpies, very disturbing looking. Wraith, but look at this. Firebolt looks normal, but this is the old Ice Shard. It would just show an invisible line of sparkles that exploded on target. It was pretty cool, and it made a really weird sound when you casted it too. Ruby Skull Fire Pendant. Very good miscellaneous slot. I always wanted one, and I actually got one for Lava Lord, but it took me years and years. Random bossing group I'm in, fighting Bonehead. You just grab a bunch of your friends and go to Stonevale, Lurs, and just kill everything. The old Firestorm effect, I think it looks better back then. Old chests, old maps. The old sewer map, when it used to be one area. You'd think that with more advanced technology and a better engine, that it could support a whole area, but no. They split it up. They said because of lag, but I don't think that that's the issue. I don't think lag is at all. Some old sewer pictures. Some low-level mobs dropping diamonds. Soloing Marshall Gannon. He was a lot tougher back then because there was worse gear. Just my Yule Wall. PvPing. Now this, it's not even the Lava Lord before Lava Lord, it's the guy before that. It was my first PvP warrior. So I came a long way. Me flipping chests. The clan banner icon looking different. I like this one more, it's pretty cool. The old usage thing. When they fixed Shiver Cows to be solid colored. And it made a nice combo with the cloud. And I use that everywhere. Old discard item. Obsidian, you still can get it, but I thought I'd include it. It's just for the vibe. Back in the day when everyone had quartz like lava. The time my friend accidentally bought 10,000 stamps. I don't know how he messed this one up, but support fixed it for him. Back when two-handed weapons could actually do something. Flipping chests, flipping sleds. Nice picture of the same gear. XP charm. I knew people with it, never owned one. Nice picture. Back in the day, people always doubting me, saying that I bought plat, even though I obviously didn't. People just couldn't believe it. And also, on top of that, Sunblaze Wisps dropping emeralds? 4 stars, come on. That shouldn't happen, but I'm not complaining. Money. The old school animations for wands, yeah. So wands didn't have an attack animation really for skills, because whenever you cast ice shards it would just be a special animation coming out of your hands and stuff. But whenever you use a warrior skill or rogue skill or something with a wand, they would just hold the wand in their hand, like raise it up in the air, like spin it, and then smack the other person in the head with it. It was a really funny animation. I just do it to troll people. And that's what you see here. I just wish I had like a gif of it or something. Some more deals. Here is a great story. So there was this one scumbag in the arena messing with people, and trying to say he's better than everyone else and stuff like that. So I, being the troll I was back then, used a little trick called the chat hack glitch. And it's not actually hacking, it's just called that because people thought it was. So I'll explain how it worked. So when you shout, it shows your name, shouts, colon, and then what you actually say. But when you run out of room, it has to go to the next line, right? So if you copy what it would say for another person, then you could put words in their mouth, right? Like, I said this, all this, but it makes it look like I just said that, and then this person said that. So I made people fight him, because, he was being a dirtbag and he deserved it. And then you see him freaking out because of it. You asked me to. See how much damage she doesn't show you. Yeah, see? So they got into a big fight over it. I got hacked! No, he didn't. But it was pretty funny. And then, you can't really see because it's off screen, but I did it again to make it look like somebody was challenging him. And then I talked to him and he fell for it too. And you can see him trying to sneak into the arena. Hide's not gonna work, my friend. But this glitch doesn't work anymore. Because you can customize how the chat box works, and it's different between devices, so don't go around trying it. It's not going to work. Or it's not going to work as good, at least. Some deals. Cool offhand, main hand thing I got going on. Warblade. Some more trolling. People are like, oh, I want to buy it, I want to buy it. Fun times. Deals. Back when gold tridents used to have golden tips on them. And, like Lava Lord 0.5. And when you used to have a Celestial Dragon Staff, this is what it looked like, just fire everywhere. Me flipping Beltane chests. I started the price raise on chests on Lug. And it just kept going after that and after that and after that. I don't know what happened on other worlds, but I know what happened on Lug. Blackstorm. When carpets were cheap. Amber lamps were dropping a diamond. It's crazy. I think the drops were better back then. I don't remember any of this happening in the newer days. The old way of training, vigor and reflex. More achievements. How the lava used to look. And look at this, there's just a big square right there. I don't know why. Weird stuff. The old bossing Falgrim groups. Farming. Skydancer, one of those weird wisp bosses that aren't common at all. Gaston Pie itself. Some more broom fighting. And you can't see it, but I remember this story. That was a silver shrink. And silver shrinks are 25 grand a shop. Now this guy offered that, so don't really feel bad for him or anything. It was kind of his fault. Charfire, Ice Mages would absolutely destroy him. Me casting Dragon Breath a whole bunch of times in a row. Me casting Storm a whole bunch of times in a row. Now that was level 1 PvP back then. It would be whoever could proc a Tempest Staff the quickest. Purple presents, they were actually rare. Because there was red and blue, I think. But purple ones were shop sell ones. Just extras to make money. Back when we used to boss, back when bosses actually mattered for events. This was the very last 150 bear, before they were going to shut down the summer event. because I was trying to grind out as many godly helmets as I could because of how OP they were. But now, these bosses have almost no meaning because they spawn every 0 to 2 weeks. This is why I hate Legacy. It ruins the experience. We need new events with new stuff. And then we could still cherish our old memories. More scammers. We will make you a beta tester, but no. And legendary armor. You gotta love them. They tried, but no. Not even close. Ymir spawning after the event? No, this is not Legacy. Back before Legacy, there was a rare spawn for enemies. And it would be like every 3 months or something. And that was much more fair. And some enemies didn't spawn like the Undead Fire Titan, which is also fair. We got a whole Fellfire boss there. And one of those Spirit Shadow bosses in the background just standing there. I miss fighting those guys, they're really tough. Me getting 3 moons after soloing them. I didn't think it was possible you could drop 3, but that's how I found out. My Ancient Warblade I was talking about in the Ancient Offhand video. Not effective, but worth good money. The time the map glitched out. I don't know how I made it happen. Back when people used to solo the Obelisk of Power. I did it with some friends to make it quicker, but still. Now it's just trash, it'll just stand up forever. Coldest weapon shard, you also go here to try and kill some of the rare enemies. Whenever you went camouflaged or invisible or something like that, you could see through the hat. So you got the hat here, but look, you can see my bald head, even though I'm not bald. Just how it works, I guess. And you can see that here too. Look, you can see his head. He's got the little carrot coming out. But he's not invisible, he's just camouflaged. Back then, if you had a mount with camo on it, you'd be partially invisible. They removed that because I realized that mounts were going to have camo on them most of the time from chests. Back when a lot of people had Coven hats. Back when this guy gave the quest but the tower didn't exist. He would give you this long message. And then, when the tower got released, Furyion could just go right in. Didn't have any BS to deal with. Oh yes. And before they had the scrolly menus, it would just show everything in one huge menu. And me being a new mage, I was like, whoa, look at all these stats. Dragon Lord must be great for casters. Boy, was I wrong. But at least I found out about Beast Bone. Some random gold boss. Killing it. The Incarnation of Dawn. He was a strong one. Somehow he could still hurt Furyion really bad because he would attack so fast. I think he got nerfed since then, but still, he was annoying. You'd farm these guys for Charstone rings, and there's another Spirit Shadow guy in the background too. The time some random guy wanted me to buy something for him, and I did, but still, I wouldn't do that with anybody. Piercing Sword, another weird weapon. Only 3% proc chance. Not the best of things, but it looks cool. PvP. Before freeze mount, so I actually had to try. See, shields are very effective for dueling. The hair glitch happening again. Kinda reminds me of Link, like he's got that little hat. Rare enemy. Me buying a Firebolt ring for 10, selling it for a lot more. Nice picture. And I would always farm these meteoric bosses just for bracelets. It's a very rare chance, but it's worth doing. And if anybody ever gets a godly physical one, I will offer them 1 million on the spot for it today. Oh yeah, I was pretty styling back then. This dragon helmet really matched the dragon mount. And everyone was styling actually. I mean, Sultan's Carpets, the Ghost Rider charm, this old set of mine, and some off-screen enemy I'm fighting. I think it's like the special Poison Wisp. How Dragon Lord weapons used to glow really big. Let's see. Mighty Venom Bracelet. Farming. The Ancient Fighting Knife I bought, yeah. I gave this guy 60 grand for it. So he could buy a Killer's Golden Bastard, because I told him about it. And man, looking at this now, this crown sparkles a lot more than it does now. Alright, what do we got here? Just my Coven hat, my classic combo. The old mailbox trick. I like this picture. See, the angle I have it at, it just makes him look like it's just a dragon in a suit, and I thought it was pretty funny. I wanted this for a while. Red staff with the fire breath. Looks nice. A wormbone dagger offhand. Something I thought I'd never see. Me when I got my Frozen set. I guess this face of disappointment means something. Wraith Charms. Good stuff. This godly crush resist element let me solo trolls. It made me that OP. Oh yeah. I loved how back in the day you could just be flying around, right? And then you see giant skeletons fighting trees. I mean, think about that. I guess they kind of had a point for removing growth charms, but come on, it was so comical and great. I loved it. Both Black Sunlit sets. Back in the day, even endgame mages on Lug could not solo Killian. So I did it at level 165 just to prove a point. The point being that they just weren't fighting it right. And I showed them how to do it and everything worked out. This glitch here made it so the frozen weapon effect went on any weapon. Don't remember how it happened, but it was cool. Me actually guessing that fell spines would exist. I mean, I'm pretty close at shoot spats, alright? The old effect of the scrolls. My barrier scroll I held for what, like 7 years? Nice picture. What Jotun charms used to look like. And as said here, it was probably changed because it looked like a Hrungnir helmet. The old temporary offhand thing where all the textures were removed. I don't know why it was only the offhands, but weird stuff got fixed pretty quickly. Now I love this picture. Now you see I'm giant, right? But the funnier thing is that I have this guy in my hand. So, you know, buy a little baby Slayer doll for $5. Something like that. But it's a great giant Furyion. Oh yeah. And this is a super growth and a gold growth. And you can see the guy in the distance there. Look how huge I am. Another broom example of fighting. Another guy calling me out saying I'm a plat buyer. Rockhide. How many people come to Snorri? This is why dicing was kind of hard. Another Wraith guy. Me timing a dance with other people. See, when you're camping for like Garanok and you have nothing to do, this is how you get by. Also in the arena we mess around and shield bash or freeze each other in the middle of emotes just to get stuck there. Another classic Furyion look. Big Furyion. Another way of training. This is for warding. You just get all the Lord Dancers to shoot at you. Smelter. Rare enemy still spawns. And this is basically what the castle would look like in the old days. just a whole bunch of crap going on. I mean, this guy's running, this guy's like, come at me, bro. This guy's just flying here. There's a freaking skeleton here and a skeleton there. Somebody's trying to kill me. I loved it. And camouflage was a tree. Just some frog jumping. All the mages would just try and buy Lux mounts because they're the best thing at the time. We'd always have like novelty fights in the middle of the castle. I don't know how I pulled this off, but it looks like I'm just holding his arm. And they're just murdering some mage in the background. I think it was just some AFK person. That's what the bad effect of the pitchfork used to look like when it procced. The old training bow looked so weird. It was just a stick with wide ends and a really thick string on it. Weird icon too. Fury with a bow. Not effective but fun. How pixelized the spooky effect used to look. Because it used to trail. It wasn't glued to the character like it is now. So you can actually take a closer look at it. Some picture of the Otherworld lava again. Me fighting Killian and Ragnar at the same time. Me killing my mage friend as I'm frozen. So I guess that is a thing. My skull. And that's a sacrifice skull. Don't judge me, it's actually pretty good. Oh yeah, if you kill a worm at the exact moment it used Flame Tongue, it would just shoot fire everywhere like this. And I thought that was pretty cool. Me being a rich man with the chest flipping. Me fighting myself for fun. Mess around so much. This is just weird. There was a few people that I did not understand back then. And I still don't know what this mail means, but I'll leave that up for you to decide. This is our last picture, and this is the reason why I don't accept gifts. It makes me feel bad. I mean, this guy was a great friend to me, but, I mean, really, I couldn't accept it. I just couldn't. But I hope all of these pictures and this talking give you some nice flashbacks of the past. Oldies love the past for good reason. It was a great time. And maybe later on I could do a third video with some of the other pictures I have. But these are just the ones I want to talk about for right now. And feel free to talk about the past if you want in the comments. It's just a nice time, and I hope that Celtic Heroes can return to stuff like this with the nice events and the nice community feel to it. And, you know, as always, I hope you enjoyed it. Hope you had fun.